All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new Super Mario Bros. Relay Race. I am M28, and with me I'm joined by...
JuiceACD. Hi, I'm here.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So last winter, we organized the new Super Mario Bros. Relay Race. It was the any percent category of all games last time. This time, we are going to be doing the Warpless category, where this time you're going to be seeing most of what all 5 of these games have to offer. We have 15 awesome runners who are going to be racing through these 5 games. The order of these games are going to be played in release day order. So in this case, we're going to be starting out with New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, then Wii, then 2, then Mario U, and then Luigi U until the end of the race. So let's go ahead and introduce the players here.
Yeah. So,
Alright,
team 1. We can start with that. Team 1.
Team Flower Power.
Sure. So, team 1. First up is Nerd Squared. And then he's running NSMB. Then White Lightning 1781 will be running New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Then Etiquette for 2. Mitch for U. And M-Chan for Luigi U.
Okay. For our team, we need a better team name. On New Super Mario Bros., we have AlecK 47. For Wii, we have the world record holder Green Uprooter. For 2, we have UVideoGames. For Mario U is Some Bro You Don't Know. And then for Luigi U is INeedABetterTwitchName.
Yep. Alright, so then team 3. First, we're going to be having Carboss. Then Diamond Crafter A. And then me, Juice. And then after that, we have Little Curbs 14, and then Conman Gamer 22.
All right, and that's Team Speed Space Runners. All right, starting out on New Super Mario Bros., we have Vibratism and MyLittleWalrus. They're both going to lead you through the greatness of New Super Mario Bros. Starting out. So, without further ado. I'm gonna go ahead and give the runners a countdown, and we're gonna bring Walrus and Vibe in here. So, we'll be right back momentarily.
Yep.
Hey everyone, welcome to the NSMB Relay.
Hey, I am MyLittleWalrus, and with me is Vibratism.
Yeah, Walrus is the god of the game, so holds world record and everything.
Cut out for a second.
Oh, whoops. Right, I gotta make sure I don't cut it off. Oh, and we're off.
Alright.
Alright.
So, if you saw the relay race in January, that was any percent, and in any percent, we get the blue shell power-up in the red toad house in World 1. Use it to get the secret exit in 1 tower, and use the cannon to warp to World 5. If you warp to World 8, and finish the run. In this category, you're not allowed to use the warp cannons, so go through World 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8.
So of course, kind of unlike a lot of the other games in the series, NSMB starts off with a long 36-second cutscene, which is a bit of a nuisance.
So at the end of this level, there's a flagpole, of course. A lot of people ask, top or the bottom of the flagpole is faster, but actually that doesn't matter unless you touch the very top, which is slightly slower. But what does matter is...
Go ahead.
does matter is turning left before the flagpole, because that skips the small animation of Mario turning around at the bottom.
So we can see Carbas is going for different strats here. He got the Fire Flower on 1-1, while Nerdcube and AlecK have decided to, play a bit more risky.
So now they're all about even again. Going with Small Mario and with the Star power-up. Getting the secret exit so they can go right to 1-Tower. Coming up is the first red Toad House, which is where they will be getting their blue shell power-up in their inventory. That'll be used in World 3.
So each of the tower levels in this game are cycle-based. So in any percent, which is played in... in any percent we also play 1-Tower, and we go for a trick called Task Cycle, which is the fastest cycle possible. But with Cannonless, you don't really need that much time save, so we're just going for the normal cycle, which I assume most runners here will
not get a shell.
Yeah, AlecK is not going for a shell.
I guess he'll get one later. Alright, so they have to wait for the cycles of these horizontally moving platforms, and they can shoot up, and Sir Junior fight is really easy with fire. You just have to shoot, I think, 6 fireballs at him.
Yeah, AlecK's got a temporary just because he decided to skip getting the shell from the red Toad House. And right now you're actually seeing the craziest strats. You can see Nerdcube and AlecK both went for Luigi, so this race is up in the air right now.
Luigi is identical to Mario, but he makes funnier sounds. So that's pretty cool.
1-4 is your typical side-scroller again, so there's not much to note here.
So I guess we should explain how the fireworks work in this game. So when you end each level is 3 digits. If the last 2 digits are the same, so like if he gets 377 or 366 or anything like that, then you get fireworks are slow, so you try to avoid them.
Yeah, not only do you have to wait for the fireworks, you also have to wait for the camera to show go back on the world map. Because when you get fireworks, you actually get a Toad House at the beginning of the level, but it wastes a bit of time having to go back and see it. Nerdcube and Carbas essentially tied here, just with a bit of a boost. You can see along the run we'll be collecting, they'll be collecting star coins, because some secret levels that are only accessible through star coins are a bit faster, so they're just picking up star coins, which don't really lose all that much time at all.
Need 10 star coins in the normal route. They might be getting some more if they want to spend 5 star coins to get another red mushroom house for safety. 1-Castle is another cycle-based level. The cycles of these platforms with the spikes on them.
Ooh, AlecK.
Going for another star coin. I think he's going for 15 instead of 10, so he can get a backup Toad House. So here, you'll see AlecK is gonna fire kill Bowser, because that skips a little bit of the animation of him falling into the lava faster.
Alright, so AlecK will be proceeding on to World 2, obligatory sand level, which is essentially in every single NSMB game ever.
Nerd Squared made a good save right there.
Yeah, nice wall jump there. So you'll see Carbas is going to have to slow down a bit or lose a bit of time because he's doing a slower Bowser kill. Because you're going to have to see that cutscene right there where he's going to have to jump into the lava and just wait for him to die. So that's where fire saves a tiny bit of time.
So AlecK moving on to 2-1, he's grabbing a few star coins, playing through the level. This is a pretty tight level, lots of precise jumps, all 3 star coins.
Ooh, AlecK. Unfortunately missing a platform there, so...
It looks like AlecK and Nerd are about tied now.
AlecK will be ahead because of the checkpoint.
AlecK getting a backup flower, so wasn't a huge time loss.
Keep getting hit. Oh, and didn't watch out for fireworks, so this is what I was talking about.
So you'll be Nerd Squared with a death.
Nerd Squared with a death.
He got a 277, which is 7 fireworks, and a, I think, green Toad House spawns at the beginning of the world. No, it's the Mega Toad House. So 2-2, pretty straightforward level. You'll see the Lakitu throws the spinies at you throughout the level, and you just have to avoid them. A little, but still getting hit. Kills the Lakitu, and finishing the level.
Yay for me, Luigi!
Heading
2-3 is takes place in the sewers.
I'm choosing
with-
to just
Yeah.
get the fire flower there. Yeah, this is the sewer level. Kind of has a resemblance to that one Yoshi's Island level.
I forget which castle in Yoshi's Island it is.
So yeah,
Pretty similar to this.
players here will be taking a secret exit in order to skip or go to a secret level, which skips most of World 2.
Ooh, AlecK missing the non-trivial ground pound. Tight, and it's kind of a joke because it doesn't save that much time, but everyone goes for it. So here, AlecK getting the secret exit, and Carbas.
Nice walk
They're
if
about
you can
tied
see
right
it.
now.
Yeah, just about tied.
Well, you'll see these spinner platforms that shoot them up and make them spin. Hold right on the spinner platforms. It slows down your speed. You'll just go slowly in the air.
Yeah, but if you
But
hold...
if you hold neutral,
Oh, you can go ahead.
you hold neutral on the D-pad and jump off, then you conserve your speed.
So that's a little minor glitch that does end up saving quite a bit of time.
You can see Carbas fell into the water, so he's just gonna swim the rest of the way.
and they'll be taking this pipe which just goes straight all the way to T-Dash Castle.
In this level, you'll be seeing first a damage boost through these spike balls coming up, and then after that, a clip through the ceiling in this game.
So this damage boost, obviously, you don't have to slow down and just duck underneath them.
And this next room is where the clip is. I think you'll see all players going for it because it's really easy.
Yeah,
And it saves a good bit of time.
it just prevents you having to go back down underneath. Oh,
Going
AlecK
for the clip.
not going for it.
Car boss goes for it. He's coming up to it in a second.
I don't think he can because he's not.
He's small Mario.
mushroom.
Plus the, I think it's called Mummy Pokey. It's a giant E. Yeah, obviously. And it's pretty easy to kill with fire.
In 100%, this is probably one of the harder bosses because you need Mini Mushroom in order to get to World 4. And this boss with Mini Mushroom and jumping all around the place, that is one of the harder bosses in the game. Carboss is going to have a bit of a harder time against this boss, or at least have to waste a bit of time because he is not Fire Flower, just can't get that super quick kill. So AlecK heading into World 3-1.
Usually you would have a shell in your inventory for this level, and you would equip it here because the shell much faster. You can see he's swimming pretty slowly, and when he gets his shell later in the level from an item box, he'll be swimming much faster.
So this is nice for us because it does show off the differences between Shell and normal Mario a bit more.
So there, AlecK grabs the switching item box.
Yeah, and you can see he's moving way faster now.
It's going to 3-A, actually. Interesting route.
We were not
Faster than
anticipating this.
Yeah. But he does.
Right, so I think
looks like
Nerky,
he's getting his
Square
powers.
is gonna be, oh, just ignoring the shell.
Yeah, ignoring the shell. Interesting strategy.
Luigi.
Okay, coming up to 3-2 is an obligatory large swaying mushroom level. And it's pretty straightforward. You'll be seeing a secret exit. And I guess this is a good time to talk about what we call morphing and unmorphing in the shell. Ooh, AlecK losing his shell.
So, yeah, while moving inside the shell, you actually move around 8% slower than running as normal Mario. So this is why you'll see me and other runners just try and stay try and take as much time as possible outside of the shell by letting go of B temporarily. So that's kind of why you'll see runners not staying inside the shell because it loses a tiny bit of time. AlecK with the death, unfortunately.
Our boss had a death as well.
Unmorphing's a much bigger deal in any percent, obviously. In canonless, you don't really have to do it. It's nice to do it just to save that extra couple of seconds though. But that is just one of many inconsistencies with the shell programming. It's kind of weird how they program the shell. Carbassi entering 3-, whatever level this is, I've forgotten.
3-2.
3-2, yeah.
So it looks like AlecK and Nerd are about tied right now.
Yep.
(3-B), I believe. Yeah, 3-B. This level has a lot of pipes and piranha. It is pretty difficult.
This is especially difficult because with the shell, like you're supposed to have in this level, it's much easier because you can just make your way through most of the plants here. But since we have Fire Flower, it's going to be a bit more difficult. AlecK making a pretty good job at it though.
Yeah, Nerd and AlecK making it look easy.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, 373 from Nerd. That's a great time.
For me,
Yeah.
Luigi.
Boss moving to 3-B as well.
Might have a bit of problems with it because he's going into this level as normal Mario. The 3-C is your typical Mario fare, just run right, hold right, I mean, just jump when you need to. This is basically a lot of the levels in Canonless.
Gaining back a slight lead. Oh, and losing the slight lead. It's a really close race between these two, and Carbos not far behind. He powered back up to Fire Mario and went through 3-B. Is 3-Castle. If you have the shell, there's a really cool looking glitch you can do where you go through these spikes without taking damage. I think they'll be doing a damage boost. Looks like Nerd Squared is not
We'll be
AlecK.
commentating later.
Oh, trouble for AlecK.
Oh, unfortunately, that's a death right there.
Luigi.
Nerd Squared has a decent lead right now. Up on Nerd Squared's screen, you'll see the boss of World 3, which is the dude. I don't know what his name is, really. But it sometimes not jump for you, and it can jump in awkward places.
Yeah, so
And-
this is just
oh.
RNG, really. Oh, Nerd.
Pattern, but couldn't capitalize on it. And now it's not jumping on Nerd's screen.
So Nerd Cubed with AlecK's death is just a tiny bit ahead.
Moving on to World 5 now. 5-1 is the same as in any percent. Nerd Squared taking a save right there, not sure if that was intentional or for safety or on accident.
So
Pretty
AlecK
straightforward.
Yeah, ground pound there.
This is how the fish boss control you. You can see it's deciding not to jump for him. Time there.
Luigi.
Nerd Cubed, unfortunately, getting stuck in the snow. One of the more annoying things about this game. Unfortunately, getting stuck in the snow again, so unable to dodge that snowball that was getting thrown.
This level is a lot easier with the shell power up. Slide through the snow.
Luigi.
See if the runners buy or spend 5-star coins to buy 5-A slightly faster. That's a recent discovery by another runner of this game, Greg LVK. Looks like Nerd Squared is not going for it.
Yeah, Greg LVK, we should really give a shout out to him because he holds the world record in like almost all of the long categories. So 100% no secret exits and all levels. So his movement in those categories is insane, pretty much unparalleled.
Yeah.
Luigi.
Pierce Carbas's stream is. Oh, never mind. It appears to be back right when I started streaming or speaking.
Whoa.
So this is where you'll see just a tiny bit of time save. AlecK is going to 5-A.
Luigi.
This level is pretty short. The reason it doesn't save more time than it looks like it should is because you have to watch the animation of Mario, or Luigi in this case, buying the level, which does take a good bit of time. But even with that, it saves, I think, 12 seconds, if done optimally.
Pretty well
It's a pretty
done,
short-
apart from the unfortunate fire loss.
Stream seems to be frozen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try and get that sorted out.
Luigi.
So, 5 Tower is an auto-scroller, so it's pretty easy to pick up all 3 star coins in this level, because you don't waste any time doing so, which is pretty helpful for later.
A shell, that's very fortunate for him, because the next level, 5-B, requires you to get the, or to have the shell to get the secret exit, which saves a lot of time.
No,
Very lucky for him.
go ahead. Or just don't. So what's upcoming? I think, yep, they're gonna be doing, I think, blind 5 Tower. So there's no height limit on how far you can go upwards, so at some point you can literally just go as far up as possible, like even faster than the camera scrolls, so you'll just be like above the camera.
In older games, in vertical auto-scrollers, usually the level wouldn't load until the screen can see it. But in this game, like Vibe said, there's no height limit, so you can just keep going up blind. And it saves a lot of time if you can do it correctly. Completely off the screen, and he entered the final door. That was great by AlecK. Finishing off Bowser Jr. with fire. See, he'll have to get the red toad house in order to get the shell power up so he can get the secret exit. On Carboss's stream.
Right, so yeah, Nerd Squared going to buy the buy 5-B, saving once again. Now, this is the level where shell is required, so in order to get the secret exit, because there's a couple horizontal blocks that need to be broken by shell.
Nerd Squared, I believe, still has his backup shell in his inventory from World 1, so he should be able to use that right here.
Yep, there he is. And then these blocks can only be broken with the shell. I'd like to give a shout out to Hartman. Hartman is a Japanese tasker that we as a community have been trying to get a hold of. He most likely knows the most about the game than probably the entire community. And the tasks that he's made so far, the any percent task, the cannonless task, and the work in progress 100% tasks are all amazing watches. Like, it's insane how much of the game is broken and how much he's able to just completely abuse it. So.
Oh, Nerd Squared. Weird, he's stayed on the saved screen for a few seconds. Not sure what that was about.
RNG manipulation.
So, in this level, you need a mini mushroom to go to World 7.
So
Stay
yeah, he'll
convenient.
be trying to time it with the roulette block.
Hopefully he gets it first try.
Nice.
Alright, so if he kills the boss with the mini mushroom, you'll see that he can go to World 7. And World 7 is much faster than World 6. I believe all players will be going for that. The PD Piranha fight on AlecK's screen. This fight is also slightly RNG, not as much as the fish boss, but PD Piranha can decide to not stomp at you. It's a few seconds, but as bad as the fish in World 3.
So obviously, as Mini Mushroom, you're gonna have to ground pound the boss because you're too light. So a normal jump will simply just have you just bouncing around the room.
Yay for me, Luigi.
And you see through that little gap through the floor. That's how we progress to Bold 7.
7-1 coming up is a pretty difficult level with Mini Mushroom. There are a lot of risky jumps you can go for. Was for any of them. Oh, scrolling the screen to load the Koopa slightly faster. That Koopa to skip the sliding platform.
Boss.
That's
That's essentially YOLO jump there.
you jump right there.
Nerd Squared entering 7-1.
AlecK just barely making that platform. That was almost a terrible death. If you lose your Mini Mushroom in World 7, that can be a large time loss because you need it to get the secret exit in 7-4.
And yeah, saving the time. Oh, Nerd Squared with a death.
Luigi.
But thankfully, because he's saved,
Yep,
I'm assuming he can continue.
he saved at the beginning of World 7, so he just did a soft reset, doing LR start select, and the title screen. So that was pretty good on his part, actually. The secret exit in 7 Ghost House. Doing a tight triple jump right there to get up to this door. Secret exit to get to 7-Tower.
Yay for me, Luigi.
7 Tower is a very difficult level with Mini Mushroom. I think AlecK said he'll be killing Bowser Jr. with fire, which makes it much easier, but still not at all an easy level. This is also cycle based. Fastest cycle you can get. I don't think we named it yet.
The cycle.
Yeah.
Oh.
AlecK almost taking a death there.
Yeah, this level is already hard, but it's insanely difficult with the Mini Mushroom and just how loony the physics are with it.
Taking this staircase slow because it's pretty risky to do fast.
Nerd Squared, middle of 7 Ghost House.
That was interesting by AlecK.
Oh!
Ooh. Taking an unfortunate death. Well, not that bad of a death because he planned to get rid of the Mini Mushroom anyway. Wouldn't be that large of a time loss.
Oh, and getting it back.
RNG is really on AlecK's side right now. Save as much time. Squared with some fireworks, unfortunately. 6. So AlecK going into the Bowser Jr. fight. Fire. With Mini Mario, it is insanely difficult. But it does save a good amount of time.
Yay
AlecK needs to go back and get another mini mushroom in his inventory. This one. Do you know, Vibe?
What? I was spacing out, I'm sorry.
You know if AlecK has a mini mushroom in his
No,
inventory
it doesn't appear
already?
he does. He's gonna have to go back. Because look at the bottom right.
Yep.
Luigi.
Oh, pretty big time loss.
I still think he's probably gonna be ahead though, because
Yeah.
Nerd cubed. Nerd squared. Keep on making that mistake. Heading back into World 7.
7-4. This level has a secret exit that takes you right to the castle, and you need the mini mushroom for it. I'm equip the mini mushroom here in a little bit.
Ooh, nearly dangerous.
Wow, that was interesting.
You just go and over and into the pipe.
Let's see, on Carboss's stream, he is in 5-B, getting the secret exit with the shell. Oh, taking a death. AlecK going into 7-Castle. This is an auto-scroller with, you'll see it in a second, a green block snake.
And this green block snake will be making a return later on in this run.
Yep. A few. Oh, that was
a bit
pretty
risky.
There are a few cool looking jumps you can do in this that save time. Looks like AlecK won't be going for them because you need mini mushroom for them. They don't save that much time, but they look really cool.
So I think Nerd Squared is heading into 7-4 right now.
Oh, he has a hammer bro there. That is. Oh no, he's going to the mushroom house.
Oh, which will make the hammer bro go out the way.
Have we talked about the hammer bro and red block overworld movements yet?
Oh no, we haven't. Part of the way that you can lose time is if the hammer bro or red block just chooses to move through a very long route on the map overworld. It's kind of slow in comparison to the rest of the games in this series. It's especially annoying in Canonist mostly, although it doesn't lose that much time.
Yeah. AlecK heading into the fight with Lack of Thunder, which is a pretty cool boss.
I believe there was a faster fight that you could do with this that was discovered quite recently.
Yeah, by Greg LPK again.
I think
yeah.
Nerd Squared had to, I think he lost his mushroom, so, or mini mushroom, so he's gonna have to go back and get.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yay for me, Luigi.
So,
But good thing he had a red toad house at the beginning of the world, so that's a good backup. AlecK heading into World 8, which is the same as in any percent. You saying something, Vibe?
no. I was just gonna say the exact same thing that you were going to. Now this level is usually a bit easier with Shell, but it's going to be a bit interesting here because of the crows, which makes this level a bit harder. AlecK. Ooh.
He was doing a
Dealing
great
with
job.
nicely until that. Ooh, a bit scary with
Was-
those bullets. 268 is not bad at all, especially without shell.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Okay, looks like Carbos is moving on to World 7. And 8-2 on AlecK's screen, this is a swimming level. And it's faster with the blue shell, because the blue shell swims much faster. But he doesn't have one, so he'll have to take the slight time loss.
So there is an infamous trick discovered by NSMB. Shout out to him, he held the world record for a couple months. It's called Fast 8-2, which is insanely difficult. I think only 2 people have got it. It involves... Now, the way it works is... While inside the shell, if your Y velocity is exactly 0, so you're not moving upwards or downwards at all, the game will think that you're on the ground and it will let you jump again, but only for the short amount of time that you're at that exact Y velocity. So it's an insanely hard trick.
A double frame perfect, I believe. And
Yeah.
with no good visual cue.
Now this that mid-air jump thing that I was talking about just a minute ago, it's completely abused by Hartman in the TAS, and it makes for a very interesting watch. So
After this relay race, you should look up Hartman, spelled Hartmann. 100% work in progress. And you should find it. I think it's 40 minutes long. And it's seriously one of the greatest TASes I've ever seen. Yet.
So again, this is another cycle-based level, just like the rest of the towers in the just the towers in this game. There is a trick called cycle skip, which is primarily used in any %, where you just morph into the shell and slide under those spikes that AlecK is close to right there. So right here, you would slide underneath that, and then that would save about half a cycle, or about four-ish seconds.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4. It used to be a very difficult trick to pull off, but recently a Japanese runner named Andre MH found a much more consistent setup for it. It's not nearly as hard now.
Here's Squared having a bit of trouble with the staircase right there.
Yay for me, Luigi.
So AlecK's got a pretty commanding lead here. I'd be surprised if he screws it up. I mean, anything can happen in a race, you know.
Yeah, your dad's credit card could get stolen and you would have to leave for a few minutes.
I wonder what kind of unorganized idiot would do that. Cyclone, that's not his real name.
He gets a blue shell here. Oh, he does, but he
and
doesn't
just
go for it.
Completely skips it. So
Swimming
that might be a
level.
bit of must. Because again,
Yeah.
shell is a bit quicker.
Quicker.
Yeah, so is that Cyclone. So, quick check, it appears, Nerd Squared is in 8-1, and Carbasi, I think, in 7-Tower, but I think it looks like he's only got 1 life left, which might be a bit, well, dangerous.
Hopefully, nothing bad happens.
And if you didn't know, when you're getting pushed along by those bubbles, if you hold neutral, you actually kind of swim a tiny bit faster. Which, I don't know why.
It conserves your speed for longer. It doesn't make you faster.
Yeah, AlecK, that was... oh, you won't be able to hear me, but yeah. Skipping the shell was an accident and ended up costing him a bit of time.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Heading into 8-4 now.
Yeah, this
You can go ahead.
this level is quite difficult without the blue shell, so we'll see how AlecK handles it.
Oh, yeah, and Pixel stopped there. The reason he just completely stopped on that vertical moving platform is because there is a slight tendency to just completely lose all of your speed when you're moving on a when you land on a vertically moving platform. You can also completely stop when you... Oh! Unfortunate death right there. You can also completely stop when you you touch the exact corner pixel.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we've seen any corner pixel stops, but again, if you hit the exact corner of the, or of any ledge, then you lose all your speed.
Oh,
Ooh, AlecK,
unfortunately.
another death. Does he have? Let's see. He's still good. And still in a good lead.
Once again,
A huge deal for him.
pixel stop. Alright, finally being able to make it to the end of the level.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Nerd Squared, coming to the end of 8-Tower 1.
Yep. Again, the Fire Flower here, it makes the Bowser Jr. fight much easier than it is with the blue shell.
Very recently there was a trick, like a couple days ago, like 2 days ago, a trick was discovered by a J-Dude, which, in this level, for any percent, which just saves around a second, saves around a second or two, which is pretty big in any percent. So, shout out to J-Dude in the chat right now, cute.
Here, this is a quite difficult boss. All you have to do is jump over him. I know, pretty
Yeah,
demanding
that's like,
on the
very demanding.
big. Quite difficult indeed. So, Nerd Squared has a shell for 8-4, which means he'll save a good 10 to 20 seconds over AlecK.
So this bridge is quite infamous in any percent, because if the red block, which it might look like it might do so, if it crosses that bridge, there is around 3 seconds every time it crosses that bridge.
So, we'll see what happens with... Oh, there it
Ooh,
goes.
there it is.
Free 3-second time loss.
It's a very annoying time loss, especially in any percent. Walrus here got bit pretty bad in one of his world records, because I think the Hammer Bro crossed a couple, like 5 or 6 times, and ended up like killing around 20 seconds.
Eight 8-5 with some great music. Just gonna point that out.
Absolute banger. This goes off at the club every time.
Up on 8-6 for AlecK. 8-6 is a vertical level, and it is to go fast, but it looks awesome when you do. So we'll see for him.
Red Squared unfortunately getting hit there. the interesting route. Yeah, that last part with the spinies all over there, oh, Carbos with the game over. That last part with the spinies is pretty, like, hard to do. Nerd squared with the death,
Just reset.
Luigi.
and just completely reset, which might have been a mistake.
Think he meant to do that. He just lost a lot of time from that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Carbos saved at the beginning of World 7, so the run isn't completely over for him. Time loss.
Oh, nerd squared, pause. Is this an IRL? Oh, never mind. I will always be the person who's lost the most amount of time to IRL.
Yep.
So just picking up that star just for quick invincibility and, you know, just saves a bit of time because of super speed.
Getting the fire flower from the 8 red coins on AlecK's screen.
Luigi.
Now, typically at this point you would have this shell, and if you're in the shell and then you get the star block, you won't actually get that that boost of speed. So that's why in 8-8 you take a damage boost if you have the shell. But thankfully, AlecK does have fire flower, so he doesn't have to waste time getting the damage boost.
Unintentional damage boost right there. So right here is the hidden star block. If he can hit it, there it is.
Well,
And you'll see it makes
Oh, no, go ahead. Oh,
this
I mean,
level
I'm not-
much easier.
I might as well mention that those meteors right there are RNG. So sometimes you can get really bad patterns that are just completely unavoidable. I think AlecK got a pattern like that, which is unfortunate.
So coming up on 8 Tower 2, which is the other auto-scroller with the green block snake.
Allows for great swag.
Yep. See if AlecK goes for some nice swag here.
This is a bit
running
intense
ahead
for
of the block
swag.
snake.
This is very bad swag.
Doing. And with a death.
Jeez, there's lots of time lost right there.
Alright, I guess we should
Yeah,
stop
just
the act
explain,
right
yeah.
now.
He went for that death warp because, oh, that is definitely time lost.
It's called the Death Warp. Not what he just did, but what he did earlier. Oh, Nerd
Nerd
Squared with
losing
another
more
death.
time to 8-4.
The Death Warp, what happens is you go way ahead of the block snake, trigger the checkpoint, then kill yourself, and when you respawn, the block snake will be up there with you. So it saves between 6 and 10 seconds, depending on how risky you do it. Rest of this level, though.
So this just allows for about like a minute and a half just for swag, like exclusively.
Current
Amazing.
any percent world record has some great swag here, I just want to point out.
And
Is I go ahead in the world record, I go way ahead of the block snake. I should just check it out and see. I don't know, I get a lot of people with
oh,
it.
just, you know, trying to get those extra YouTube views. Up the CPM. There's a very infamous clip of Walrus right here being on world record pace in any percent and then, you know, just casually ground pounding to his death.
I was attempting to go for some nice swag, and I missed it and ground pounded to my death and lost the world record pace run. Beaten that pace, so it's not that big of a loss.
Yay for me, Luigi.
So AlecK heading into the final level.
So the final castle is I believe, the longest level in the game. Of damage boosts, lots of tight jumps, and at the very end, one trick we call Bowser Jump. Talk more about that when it comes up, but for now,
It's a very major choke point. I've lost a very good run to it. NSMB has lost runs to it. It is one of the most infamous tricks in this game. Oh, Nerd Squared's capture card, I think. A bit phasing out right there.
that's not good.
Oh, and just so I mentioned it, it's quicker to enter the door in the middle than it is to enter the left or right.
You already mentioned that?
Did I? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't remember. First
So,
damage boost on
first
Alec's
damage
screen.
boost, yeah. Just so you
He
end
goes
up
through that thwomp. A different route than usual there, which loses a little bit of time, but is safer. Nerd Squared's capture card still disconnected. Hopefully he can get that figured out. It's the second damage boost.
Ooh,
Oh,
skipping the damage boost. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
that's a pretty tight jump that most people don't go for because it's risky. Nailing it.
Balls
As
of
big
steel,
Mario.
AlecK.
A maze room for AlecK. This room you need to go middle or else it keeps looping, just like in the original Mario 1. It's the top and now middle, and I guess squared. I'm not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, neither. Oh, maybe it's like DS ran out of battery?
What I'm thinking. Anyway, so the Bowser jump, you
Ooh.
jump off.
I don't
Oh,
know what happened.
it's not good. So on AlecK's screen,
Oh, missing the Bowser jump.
if you jump off the right side of Bowser Jr., you can barely get enough height to jump off or over Bowser and hit the switch immediately.
Nearly there. Oh, this might be a bit harder. Oh, never mind, he jumps up. That's a GG.
Time for AlecK. We don't have a timer on the screen right now, so not sure what his time was, but that was a pretty solid run from AlecK.
So now we're switching over to green up here. I don't know if we leave the commentary for now, or